meet again to another lesson for the English language SPM try paper, and then we are discussing paper 1. This is try paper from Sarawak. Today we're going to discuss directed writing. So let's look at directed writing. It is section A, marks 35, and then time suggested 45 minutes. Last week, as a head of Students' Council, you conducted a simple research to know the problems faced by the students in your school. This includes observation and interviews. Based on the findings, you have managed to identify several problems faced by the students in their studies in school. Due to that, write a letter of complaint to the principal of your school regarding the problems. So you know that, number 1, you are the head of the Students' Council. And then number 2, you must write about problems faced by students in their studies. And then this is a letter of complaint to the principal. In your letter, please include the following. So these are the content points. Let's look at the contents. Okay, number 1, problems. So nearby constructions which produce noises to distract classroom learning. So this is C1. Produce air pollutions to cause breathing discomfort. This is C2. Insufficient facilities, inaccessible library. C3. Inaccessible computer lab. C4. One problem of your own. C5. One problem of your own also, your own idea. So this is C6. And then you have the suggestions. Lodge a serious complaint to the municipal. C7. Provide face masks to the students and make it compulsory to wear it all the time at school. So C8. Open the library all the time during school hours. C9. Open and provide assistance in the school's computer. C10. Open and provide assistance in the school computer lab during school hours for students. C10. And then one suggestion of your own idea. So C11, and again one suggestion of your own idea. So C12. When writing the letter, you must use the appropriate format. Write to the principal. Make sure that it is a letter to the principal. Provide salutation and closure. Give your own ideas when needed. Note, for your letter, you will receive up to 15 marks for the format and content points, and up to 20 marks for the quality of your writing. So the format number 1, F1, is addresses. You have addresses of the sender and also address of the sender and also address of the recipient, which is the principal. And then format number 2, you have the salutation, and then format 3, you have the closure. Now let's look at the format for formal letter. So first of all, you have the address of the sender. Example, SMK King George V, Jalan Sabah, 70100, Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. And then you have the post. The post is the principal, because the letter of complaint is for the principal. And then you have the address of the recipient. You can write the same address of the school, SMK King George V, Jalan Sabah, 70100, Seremban, Negeri Sembilan. And you have to write the date. For example, 7 January 2021. So remember that the month January must be in capital letters or uppercase, and you must spell in full January, not Jan. Okay, next you have the salutation. Dear Sir. Remember that you must write dear, because in English dear is important. So dear Sir is the salutation. After that, you have the title. You can write problems faced by the students in their studies in school. So you can underline the title. And then you have to write the introduction. As the head of the Students' Council, I wish to complain. Okay, then you can continue. After that, remember you must write the numbers for the next paragraph. For example, you have paragraph 2, so you have to write number 2. Then you have paragraph 3, you have to write number 3. And then you have paragraph 4 and 5, then you can continue to write all your content points. So remember, you have to write in these paragraphs the contents from content 1 to 12. And at last, when you write your closure, you can say, I hope. That is your closure, and then you say thank you. Okay, after that you have your sign off. Remember, when you sign off, you have to write yours faithfully or yours sincerely. And then there is a signature. For example, Jenny, and then you have to write the name of the sender and also the position of the post. Example here, Jennifer Lim, and then remember you must write in upper case or capital letters. And then the post is Head of Students' Council. Before we start, let's look at the word complaint and complaint. Okay, so C-O-M-P-A-L-I-N. I repeat, C-O-M-P-L-A-I-N is a verb. So you can write complain or complaints, or complaint with ed or complaining. But complaint, C-O-M-P-L-A-I-N-T, is a noun. So you can write a complaint or some complaints. Okay, now let's look at the introduction. In the introduction, you have to introduce yourself and state the reason. Number 1. As the head of the Students' Council, I'm writing this letter to complain regarding problems faced by some students in their studies. Number 2, I am representing the Students' Council. I wish to complain about some problems faced by the students in their studies. Okay, number 3, I, the head of the Students' Council, am writing this letter to highlight some problems faced by the students in their studies. Number 4, I am Jennifer Lim, the head of the Students' Council. The aim of this letter is to highlight some problems faced by the students in their studies. Or you can write the last example, I, the head of the Students' Council, wish to complain about some problems faced by the students in their studies. Now let's look at the problems. We have content 1 and content 2. So the first problem is nearby constructions which C1 produce noise to distract classroom learning and C2 produce air pollution to cause breathing discomfort. So let's look at paragraph 2. Last week, some members of the Students' Council and I conducted a simple research to know the problems faced by the students in the school. This includes observation and interviews. Based on the findings, I have managed to identify several problems faced by the students in their studies in school. First is the problem from the nearby constructions, which produce noise to distract classroom learning. The noise is quite loud and prevents students from following teachers' lesson. The constructions also produce air pollution to cause breathing discomfort among the students. There are a lot of dust particles and these cover the furniture in the classes like the window panes and desks. More students have complained about experiencing asthma attack and sneezing. Some have itchy throats too. Let's get another example for the same contents. Content 1, C1 and C2. Okay, last week, all members of the Students' Council conducted a simple research to know the problems faced by the students in the school. We did it by observing and interviewing about 100 students. Based on the findings, Several problems faced by the students in their studies in school were identified. The first problem is the nearby constructions. They produce noise which distract classroom learning. The noise is extremely loud and disrupts teachers' lesson and distract classroom learning. Air pollution is another effect of the constructions. There are a lot of dust particles. The classrooms become dirty. Dust also settles on the vegetation in the school, and the worst is the food at the canteen. Most students have experienced breathing discomfort. They cough and their throats are itchy. Some serious cases were when students had asthmatic attacks and were sent to the nearby hospital for treatment. Now we are at paragraph 3. It is for content 3 and content 4. So insufficient facilities, C3 inaccessible library, and C4 inaccessible computer lab. In addition, there are insufficient facilities in the school. The library has been inaccessible for about 40 days and it is still being renovated and repaired. The students also cannot use the computer lab as it is being upgraded. Both are important places for the students as they use the computer lab for lessons and many read or borrow books from the library. The second example, moreover, the library and the computer lab are inaccessible. The students cannot borrow or read books and use the computer for their lessons. The insufficient facilities have created problems as students are forced to buy reference books. Many are also from the lower income group, so they can only use their textbooks for revision. For paragraph 4, we are writing content 5 and content 6. You have to write one problem of your own or your own idea. So let's look at the two examples here. Moreover, some classes have damaged facilities and furniture. The doors were damaged by some irresponsible students, and several classes have reported about broken fans and lights too. The damaged doors are dangerous as they could fall on the students and cause injuries. The classrooms are uncomfortable places to study, as the broken fans make the classes very hot, and students sweat and become irritable. They cannot focus on the teacher's lesson. Remember that you have to write problems related to the students' studies. Meanwhile, the students also complain about broken classroom doors, fans, and lights. Some classes have faulty switches too. The doors could fall and cause serious injuries to students. The faulty fans have made the classes hot and uncomfortable for students. They said that they could not concentrate on the lessons given by the teachers. Some lessons which required the usage of projectors, like for students' presentation and language lessons, were not able to be carried out. Now for the suggestions. You are writing paragraph 5. So we have two contents, content 8 and content 9. So content 8 or C8, lodge a serious complaint to the municipal, and then C9, provide face masks to the students and make it compulsory to wear it all the time at school. So there are examples here. I have some suggestions to help reduce these problems. First, the school should lodge a serious complaint to the municipal about the nearby constructions. The people responsible for the construction should be warned or fined for the noise and air pollution. Maybe the municipal could assign officers to carry out periodical checks on the site. Then, the school should provide face masks to the students and make it compulsory to wear it all the time at school. Wearing masks could reduce problems related to breathing difficulties. The second example, there are several suggestions to curb the problems. Firstly, the constructions near the school. The principal can lodge a serious complaint to the municipal regarding the noise and air pollution so that the municipal can take serious actions. The second suggestion is to provide face masks to the students and make it compulsory to wear it all the time at school. This can prevent the breathing problems that many students are experiencing. We are now writing paragraph 6. So there are 2 content points. C9, open the library all the time during school hours. And then C10, open and provide assistance in the school computer lab during school hours for students. There are 2 examples. Let's look at the first one. Furthermore, the library must be open all the time during school hours. During recess or the afternoon break, many students go to the library to borrow workbooks or reference books. Some even prefer to borrow novels, as they could read the latest novels without having the need to buy them in the bookshops. The school also ought to open and provide assistance in the school's computer lab during school hours for the students. The students who are learning subjects like computer science and design and technology need to use laptops to access online software. The second example, then, the library should be open all the time during school hours. If there is work in progress, the bookshelves could be moved to certain sections of the library where they are accessible to the students. The computer lab too should be open, and the librarian can provide assistance in the school computer lab during school hours for the students. The staff from the office can also be assigned to be on duty. For paragraph 7, you have to write 2 contents, content 11 and content 12. Remember, you have to give your own suggestion. So there are 2 examples here. So let's look at the first one. Last but not least, the broken facilities should be repaired. Maybe the Parent-Teacher Association and the school could raise some funds to obtain the money to repair them. Organizing a jogathon is a great idea, as the school only needs to prepare for certificates and trophies for the winners. A complaint box could be made available at the canteen so that students who face problems could write their complaints and insert them in the box. The prefect can be assigned to collect the complaints and sort them out. The second example, the broken classroom doors must be replaced and the faulty fans and lights repaired as soon as possible. I suggest that the Parent and Teacher Association raise funds to repair them, and irresponsible students who are caught red-handed damaging the doors or other facilities must be punished. Now we are at the last paragraph, which is the closure. Remember, for closure, you have to write your wish or your hope. Let's look at the 5 examples here. First, your prompt attention to the above matters is greatly appreciated. Thank you. You can write, we would be grateful if you could take immediate action to rectify the problems. Thank you. Number 3, I hope you will take necessary actions to solve the problems faced by the students. And then number 4, I trust that you will take the necessary action to ensure that the students' problem could be solved. The last example, I urge the school authorities to take immediate action on the matters mentioned. Okay, let's look at the word here, prompt. Prompt means done without delay or immediate. And then rectify is to correct something or make something right. Dear students, I hope my discussion today has been a great help to all of you in your preparation for the SPM examination. Thank you, and I'm signing off. I'm Madam Gan. And then don't forget, like and subscribe to my channel. It is called Educator Omni Tube. Bye bye for now.